Hey there, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. We are back feeding our sweet tooth with a fairly simple recipe for tonight. It is called Black Forest Pudding with Custard. So here's what we need. And no, you're not seeing things. There's actually steam coming up over the top of me from the boiling hot water. It looks like a crazy thing going on. I was just looking at it thinking, how weird is this? Because in the last episode, there actually was something flying around over my head, but this is just from this. Anyway, here's what we need. It will serve 4. So we also are going to need a mixer, a 5-cup capacity baking dish, oven on 180 fan forced, 200 regular oven, as well as the mixer. You will also need, I think, just a spoon. So it's fairly straightforward. Come on in, I'll talk you through these ingredients. So that boiling water is quite insane. We do need that though, however. It's not to sort of clear the air or anything like that. So first of all, we are going to need a 225 gram packet of chocolate self-saucing pudding. So Woolies only had the Greens brand, which is a sachet of pudding, and there's a self-saucing packet in there as well. Have not had self-saucing pudding for years, and it's sort of a nostalgic recipe because I remembered Mama used to every now and again make us some self-saucing pudding, and it's pretty cool. So this is sort of a fancy take on it because we also need, as well as an egg, a 425 gram can of stoneless black cherries. Now Woolies, I went in Woolies to get the weird unobtainable ingredients from Aldi or where I work. This is a 415 gram can, so I'm short probably like 2 cherries. Big deal, right? So we've drained those. We don't need the syrup on them, so they are currently draining in a colander over a jug. If you get a little bit of juice in there, so what, but try and get most of it out. We are using icing sugar to dust, which is just on the top at the end. Custard to serve. Now, last time I ended up being lazy. I ended up buying the 1 litre, I think it was, of custard, which basically half of it ended up going in the bin. I was quite annoyed at myself for doing that. Back in the days, Mama always used to make custard, and she used to use, I had to Google it because she always made it, so it was really hard for me. So it's basically milk and custard powder. That's how you make it. You can make a fancier one with egg yolks, but we are just doing a basic custard. Custard is awesome served with the pudding. It totally is the best thing for it. If you don't want to make custard and you don't want to be like me where you're stuck with leftover custard because you've got nothing to use it with, you can use your favorite ice cream or you can whip up some cream. But I would totally go down the nostalgic path of the custard with it. So that's the way I'm going to go. We also need 2 tablespoons of water, which is going in with the pudding. And then we will be using 1 2/3 cups of boiling water, and that is what's making the steam, which makes it look like something trippy's going on. I can't believe that is staying that hot. It's not hot. We're still in the middle of winter. It's done nothing but rain all day. But anyway, let's go straight into it. So first of all, grab your mixer, which we've got here. we are going to place the pudding mix, which is that one. You've always got to check with these because they give you two packets. So this is going in with our mixer. We are also adding our egg and the 2 tablespoons of water. Now, the 2 tablespoons of water, you do want cold water. So those are in there. In they go. And the egg, you just pop into your cup and you just give it a quick whisk. I always like to use a teacup. This way I don't get any shell in there. I mean, at the end of the day, if you eat a bit of shell, it's not going to harm you. But you just want to make sure that your eggs are okay. So I brought these ones from where I work. Because sometimes when you go in the supermarket, you feel like there's no eggs, really. So I get a little bit annoyed with that. So I ended up buying these at work. So that goes in there. And we're going to whip that for only a couple of minutes. It's fairly easy to do. So we'll give this a quick whip and then let's bring our tray over. Now, the one reason why I hate this mixer is it never reaches the bottom. So I have to do it this way just to get it all mixed in. Don't worry if it's thick because we are adding water to it at the end. So, of course we've got I don't know if it's actually a thicker pudding or what it is because it's a bigger packet than the one that they used. I'm sure it'll be fine though. All right, so we just want it mixed. Medium speed for 1 minute or until combined and thick. Spoon into prepared dish and smooth the surface. All right, let's get a handy pink spatula. Did I mention that we needed a spoon? If I didn't, my bad. Sorry. All right, so let's scoop it all in. Now, if you don't want to use chocolate and cherries, you can possibly use a few other variations. I would say probably vanilla with peaches in would be a good one as well. Maybe even vanilla and apples. So vary it up a bit if you want. So use your same size packet and then just a tin of whatever takes your fancy. But I would go with this one is designed to taste like Black Forest cake. Now, if you like Black Forest cake, then you're going to love this one. Oh my God, I feel like I'm icing it. It's very thick. I don't think that I should have put more water in it though, so don't think that because we are putting a lot of water on when we do the top, remember? So that's why I'm not too worried about how thick it is now. All right. Let's get a spoon because we're going to put the cherries on the top. We're going to dot the cherries on the top. There we go. You see what we're doing here? All right. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to get a spoon because I want to put the cherries on the top. Okay, come on, cherries. So bring the cherries over. Just sprinkle them on the top. Like so. There we go. Spread them about. Okay, once they're on, our next step is pour 1 2/3 cups of boiling water over the top once we've sprinkled the contents of the sauce. So I can see why Mama used to like doing these. And we always enjoyed these as well, so not going to lie. This is just a variation on the simple everyday self-saucing pudding. And there's all these fancy pants flavors as well. It's like, it was really hard to find just chocolate. So we go over the top. Now when you do this, I've put it on a tray. Chances are this one's not going to bubble over, but sometimes if your tray is nearly the same, like if we're going to go to the top, it can bubble while it's cooking, especially obviously with this having water in it. All right, so there we go. So this is going to go in the oven for 30 minutes and I will see you when it's done. Okay, so while that's going on, we may as well just get the custard ready and then all we've got to do is just warm it up later. So it's said to use, I think it was like 1/4 cup of milk and a couple of tablespoons of custard powder. But when Mama used to make it, she never used to measure anything. So we'll just guess. We're going to guess. So much milk. It should be fine. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of custard powder. I feel like that should be appropriate. And we'll use a whisk. Have not had custard powder for years. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. If you want to make it fancy, like she used to do, she used to put pink food colouring in it for us as well. It was really cool and really cute. So we're just going to mix it. And then what we do is we pop it in the microwave and we give it bursts. Now, unfortunately, my microwave, the light hasn't worked in it for a very long time, so I can't see if it bubbles over. And that always used to be part of the fun, unfortunately, hoping that it wouldn't bubble up and over. And I'm thinking of probably making enough custard for, I don't know, maybe 2 servings, maybe 3. I do like a lot of custard, I'm not going to lie. So you may need to make more custard. But it's better than buying that 1 litre stuff that you're going to only use so much of it. It's thin, and then you end up having to throw it out. So we'll check on that in a couple of minutes. Oh, she will be proud of me. Look, I have custard. All right, now we just got to wait for the pudding. I'll see you soon. So that has come out amazing. Because my oven is temperamental, it works, but it's temperamental. I only gave it 25 minutes and I checked on it a little bit prior to that. So I sort of knew it was definitely going to be done. So now the only step left to do is to grab our icing sugar. You want to sift the icing sugar over the top. You don't need much, just about a spoonful. So this is my fancy sieve. It's not really fancy, but that's as much as we're going to put on top of it. So it just looks like it's snowing. And no, it's not snowing. It's been cold enough, but it's too wet. Sorry to disappoint you. All right. That is done. Tip what you don't use back in there. All right. That is done. Yum, yum, yum. All right, thank you for watching this episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been Black Forest pudding with custard, homemade. Ta-dee! Enjoy, and I will catch you on the next adventure.